Hi guys, and welcome back to the Family Fudge. I'm Jennifer, and today I'm sharing my recipe for loaded cauliflower casserole, which is very similar to loaded baked potato casserole, but with cauliflower instead. This casserole is the perfect potluck side dish, and a welcomed addition to any family gathering. So stay tuned and I will show you how to make it. Okay guys, today I'm super excited to be partnering with McCormick, and I'm going to be featuring a brand new product which I really love. It is the white cheddar mac and cheese seasoning mix. This stuff is seriously good, you guys. You could add it to some pasta, put it in soups or dips, and I really like to add it to some popcorn. But today I'm throwing it in a loaded cauliflower casserole. So let's get started.
This recipe serves about 6 to 8 people. Here's what you're going to need. I'm starting with one 32-ounce package of riced cauliflower. Now if you don't have riced cauliflower, just take one large head of cauliflower and cut it into florets. Next, I'm going to be using the white cheddar mac and cheese seasoning mix from McCormick. And I'm going to use about 1/4 cup. Now if you haven't tried this before, it's really very good, and it makes recipe-free cooking a breeze. I like to sprinkle some on some pasta or even some popcorn, but it goes perfectly in this dish. I'm also using about 1 cup of chicken broth. Now if your head of cauliflower is on the smaller side, you may want to use a little bit less. And then there's the bacon. I'm using about 6 pieces that I've cut in half. I'm also using about 2 cups of shredded cheddar cheese divided, 4 ounces of room temperature cream cheese, half a cup of sour cream, 2 tablespoons of unsalted butter. You also need about 1/4 cup of green onions. And finally, some salt and pepper to taste. In a large skillet over medium heat, I'm going to start cooking my bacon. Now while the bacon's cooking, I'm going to go ahead and get started cooking my cauliflower. Now if your cauliflower is not already chopped, you're going to want to do that before this step. But I'm going to go ahead and add 2 tablespoons of butter to my large pot. Once the butter is melted, I'm going to go ahead and add all of my cauliflower. And then I'm going to stir it around with the butter. Next, I'm going to add my salt and pepper. Now this is to your taste, of course, and we are adding quite a bit of cheese in here, so I'm going to go easy on the salt and pepper for now and give it a stir. Now I'm going to go ahead and saute this for about 5 minutes. That's all it takes. We're just looking to soften the cauliflower a bit. After the 5 minutes is up, I'm going to go ahead and add my chicken broth and cook for another 5 minutes, stirring occasionally. Now you want to be sure not to add too much chicken broth, otherwise you're going to end up making cauliflower soup. While the cauliflower simmers away, I'm going to go ahead and remove the bacon from my other pan, because now it's nice and crispy. So I like to take it out of the pan and lay it on some paper towels so that any of the excess oil can be absorbed. After the cauliflower has simmered for about 5 minutes, I'm going to go ahead and turn off the heat and get out my potato masher. Now you can definitely tell that there's not a whole lot of liquid left in here, and that's totally what you want. So I'm going to go in with my potato masher and just give this a rough mash. I'm not looking for a puree at all. I do want to leave some texture in there. And now it's time to load this up with yummy flavors. First off, I'm going to add my white cheddar mac and cheese seasoning mix from McCormick. I'm just going to measure out about 1/4 cup and dump it right in. Next, I'm going to add all of my sour cream, my cream cheese, and about half of the shredded cheddar cheese, which is about 1 cup. So now I'm just going to give this a stir to combine. I want all of the cheese to melt and mix in completely. At this point, you may want to give it a taste for seasoning, just to see if you want to add any more salt or pepper. Now for me, I definitely don't think this needs any more salt, but some black pepper would be really good. Next, I'm going to go ahead and chop up my green onions. I'm just using about 2 or 3 stalks here, and I'm just going to give this a rough chop. And now that the bacon is cooled, I can chop that up as well. Next, I'm going to add about half of these green onions to my pot, and about half of the bacon as well. I want to reserve a little bit of each of these to garnish the top of our casserole. And then I'm just going to stir it all up. Next, I'm going to add this entire mixture to my casserole dish that I've sprayed with non-stick spray. Next, I'm just going to spread this out a bit and top it with reserved cheddar cheese. Now, I'm not going to put the bacon or the green onions on yet. I'm going to do that right after it comes out of the oven. Next, I'm going to stick this in my preheated oven for about 25 to 30 minutes, and the oven is at 350 degrees, or until it's golden brown and bubbly. When it comes out of the oven, you're going to want to top it with the remaining green onions and bacon. Yum, I just love the combination of cheese and bacon, and the cauliflower almost tastes like potato, it really does.
Okay guys, now in case you're curious, you can find this seasoning mix at Walmart, and they also have 2 other flavors, including a Parmesan Alfredo and a sun-dried tomato basil. That sounds delicious. And I'm gonna go ahead and put a link to McCormick in the description box below, and on that website you can find all of their product information and even more recipes. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.